I'm gonna be cleaning my phone again because I was trying to log on to the Wi-Fi and I guess I haven't cleaned it in a couple of days. Maybe like a whole day. And I was trying to log on to the Wi-Fi and I pressed on it and it didn't go through. Like my phone is like being hacked 24/7. It's really slow. It sucks. Like it's really bad. I just created a GoFundMe page because my trailer park area where I live at, the pipes for the guys' trailer park, the landlords, they keep getting broken. This back area right here, they just moved a shed to the back of my area, and every single time that they do something back there, they damage a pipe from this area over here. So the dirt and the rocks go into the water, and while we have to run it over like a minute to let the dirt out, it gets stuck in our water heater and it sucks. So right now I am without any hot water, and just made a GoFundMe for that just so I won't have to feel like there's no help, because there is help. And I didn't realize that my account was on private this whole time, so it wasn't getting shown to anybody on GoFundMe. They're gonna try to confuse me again, but the scrolling, it's not going, it's not just, without me, it's staying. So you see how it just bounces off? That, as soon as I clear my phone, it starts working a little better. So it's what I want to do. Android finally can download Butterfly IQ. It's an ultrasound wand, and it's kind of cool because I might be able to see my baby and just check if there's anything else in there, because a couple of years ago they found a metal ball in my stomach area. So yeah, and they found one in my shoulder too. And for the one in my stomach, it was just a bunch of like pain on my lower abdominal left side. And recently I went in to go to get a CT scan at the hospital because I was feeling like weird stomach pain, and it would, of course, it always ends up back to the left abdominal side, and not on the left side but on the right side we have our appendix, and mine's got removed. And when I went to go in for the CT, I went in and they did that one thing where they detect, and like they have a liquid going through your IV to your arm. And when I got the results, they said there was something in my appendix area. And I found out after like going to the doctors, because at first they were saying your appendix looks fine, and I don't have my appendix anymore, so that was weird. And then like after a couple of minutes, seconds of the person talking, it was like, okay, there's something in there. But the only thing that doctor at the hospital had prescribed was ibuprofen, which was really stupid because he didn't give me a referral to have a checkup, follow up. And so then I went to my regular doctor. She pulled up the CT scan and she said, yeah, there's something in there. So she said she was going to give me a referral for general surgery. So I got the general surgery referral, and then I was going to get the nose surgery because it's like broken, and then one of my nostrils is shut because I got kicked in my face area a couple of years ago in Pecos, Texas. I got set up, and right when I was gonna get the surgery, they said I was pregnant. So I found out I was pregnant, and now everything has to be postponed, and it's just weird because there's a lot of things going on. And now with my OBGYN, it's even more weird because I had to get a couple of forms to be released, and one of them was for my shoulder area. And that's why I just like said all of that how I said, because for my shoulder area it was not like my stomach area. I did not know that. Of course, with my arm, I didn't know either that there was going to be anything this strange in my body, but I did not expect anything for my stomach like that either. I was very young too. And when they told me about my results from my x-ray on my right shoulder area, it was kind of like scary because I went in and my shoulder had been like dislocating. Like if I were to lay down on my arm, it would dislocate, it would go out of socket, and it was hurting me. So I went in to the ER in Carlsbad. It's called Pecos Valley Physician Group, and I did not expect the results, but there's been a lot of things that I didn't expect to be found in my body or in my son's body, because I think Z's is the most scariest because he's a little kid and you don't expect to find something that says BT in your son's throat area. That was pretty traumatic for me because I didn't expect that. He's 5 years old, and he's little. He was 3 then. But so this one I clear it mostly all the time. I usually just go to call, text, voice, because they hack onto your phone and you won't be able to slide your screen down, or you won't be able to search for what you want when you want to, or your apps won't load. They'll take like a long time, or your pictures won't upload. I was just posting a picture right now, and it was taking a very long time to load, and I was just like, what the heck is going on here? I was like, that's a little too much, because that never happens. Usually, if you're on X, it loads so fast. And it wasn't loading how I expected it. I don't know why, but NFC turns on by itself sometimes, and it's very weird. I was using the TV. It's an on TV, and I have a foot spa. You put your feet in, massages you, hot water. And I was using the TV to watch a movie, and someone else was using the spa thing, and I was changing the movie and I was forwarding it, and I was just going through movies, but I was fast forwarding them, and the first movie that I was changing to another movie, fast forwarding it at first, like I started hearing like the spa go off, and it turned on, and it was like going off, and then so I mean, like, when I mean it was going off, I mean that it turned on and then it started like running on the massage. So it was going off on the massage, like, and then next thing you know, it, like, I changed it to another movie, and then I continue to fast forward, and it turns off, the spot turns off, it shuts off, nothing on, and then I start fast forwarding again. Like, I stop and then I click on the fast forward again, then it's not even a funny thing, because it's really concerning, because then I keep pressing on the fast forward and the spa goes on and off. And then I just thought about how back in 2001, 2005, there was a lot of the stereos that you install into cars, and remotes. Those type of remotes and chips are starting to remind me of these types of new devices, like the foot spa, TV remote controllers, how fast it is to log onto the web on the TV or get cable and things like that. So then I started like thinking about how dangerous it can be, because everything is running on chips, and it's just dangerous because when everything is controlled by a remote that can be controlled by another remote, it's just dangerous. Because the new BMWs that are being made now are kind of like not lowering the quality, but if you look at them, they are more similar to little new remote controllers that are not like the regular remote controllers for a TV that we used to have. They're now like universal remote controllers, and now that the BMWs in cars like the BMWs, like the X3s, X5s, now like how they can run on by themselves, now that that is being controlled to drive by itself, I feel like there are vehicles that you can actually drive with a remote controller, but I just feel like it can just be dangerous because I don't know how to explain it yet. When I was younger, there was universal remote controls you could just use on a TV if you lost I don't know how we would lose it, but we once lost a remote controller to a dish TV, satellite TV. Of course the TV was not dish, but that was the cable company that installed it, and we had to use a universal remote controller. But the thing is that with the drones that are above the house now, all over the houses, yeah. Anyways, they're trying. With the drones that are in the sky 24/7 stalking people, because they're not helping people, everybody. So these drones that are stalking people, they are being controlled by a person behind a computer with remote controllers that are connected with Bluetooth that can be connected to a drone, and just from afar you can use anything. And this is what my dad told me once, with the universal TV remote controller, that so we had just connected the universal TV remote controller, and then he said, all right, look. I looked at him, he's like showing me the remote controller, and he says, you point at it, okay? And I looked at him, I'm like, I know, what do you mean? And he said, point straight at the TV, because if you don't, he pointed at the sky above. I didn't know before, I didn't know about drones before, but he said, because up there, they will change it for you. You see the red lines, how they align to the TV red light. And then I was just like, what the heck? And then I just looked up, and then I noticed a red light coming from the window, but I didn't notice because I just thought that it was the remote controller. But it wasn't. And now I know what it is because I didn't know back then they were actually doing this to people. It's kind of weird, but anyways, it's kind of sad because they hurt a lot of people. Like, they hurt people in a lot of abusing ways. They will threaten people, but then they will set people up, not just by hurting their face feature. Like, they will set them up with like changing the lights really fast to where it's out of nowhere green to red, and a car accident will happen. So there's a lot more ways. If they got a metal ball to somehow end up in my right shoulder top area without a sign of any surgery, because I didn't notice this, and a nurse found it because of an x-ray picture. If they are capable of doing this to people, they're capable of putting more things in people, and they're capable of moving just an arm socket. You know, they are capable of moving arms, controlling a person's arms, and it can be very dangerous because the robots nowadays that are being made are very small, are very tiny. The wires very thin. The metal hands for some of the robots very small, very thin as well. So if they managed to get something in my son's Z's throat area without me knowing there was any surgery done, they came in, snuck in the house, did this to my son. If they managed to do all of these things to people, then they are capable of doing more. If it's easy for them to hack into a system, get out, log off, and say they did not do anything, they are capable of causing a lot of accidents, and the way they change the person's voice to just sound different, it's just dangerous, because a lot of people nowadays that are experiencing mental health problems, they sometimes think it's just themselves, and it's more than just them and what they're thinking about. It is something that they're going through and they don't even understand it. And it's really sad because a lot of people are just losing their minds, and some people are suicidal. Some people actually kill themselves. Some people are just driving, trying to control everything, and next thing you know it, a light changes to red and another car hits that car. And some children nowadays, if these things are being capable of being put in our body, it's very dangerous for children and kids, because if my arm socket was out of socket where it should have been to the other part of my shoulder area, shoulder area, then come on, that's two things that should be together, and half just were dislocated because a little ball is going in and out or moving one upper area to dislocate and move, and that hurts us. Yet we think that it's normal. Our arm just moving out of nowhere from one place to another. We think that, oh, we were just gonna do that, but in reality, we know we weren't, but we don't know what else to think of it. These people know what they're doing. These children that are going into schools and shooting other children. First of all, it's more than just a body control. It is also a brain control. And that's part of how they choose to make a person feel and think that they are thinking, they are feeling different now. And that's where it starts. They manipulate the person's mind to think that they are not good enough, and now they're depressed, and now they hate themselves or they want to kill themselves. And this is how violence starts at a school. This child will just be at home and be angry and start writing a bunch of things, and now after writing this, the child just decides, like, wow, I can't do nothing else with this book. I can't throw it away. They're gonna find it. They're gonna think something of it. I have to do it now. Like, there's no way for that child to get out of that, because it's hearing the voices that are first telling the child to do the things that the child probably is scared of. And then second, the child is experiencing traumatizing feelings and probably movements, probably experiences, probably abuse that the child doesn't even know how to deal with or understand or think about or find out what happened. And that simple way of tricking the child's mind right there is how a cyber stalker starts. First, it confuses the mind, and next thing you know it, the child is moving exactly how the remote controller is telling it to move, because the child is not even a child anymore. It's just a body that the cyber stalker is controlling now. It's really sad, because I would have never known about any of these things, but I was really surprised with what they found in my body and in my son's body, and I was really surprised that I got a CD of it, and I don't know what's gonna happen now with my OBGYN. I didn't think that she was gonna need my where they found the results of the x-ray of my shoulder area, the metal ball area. I don't know if she is even able to look at the x-rays because she's an OBGYN, but I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't even know if she's gonna be able to see the pictures. Of course, she's able to get the other information, because the doctor that found the metal ball in my stomach is right there. So she says she's able to get that one, but there's just so many things that are going on right now that I'm glad they found these things in my body, and I'm hoping that everything is taken out, because these people are very loud as well. Other than just controlling the person's way of sounding, they are so loud in a person's body, and children are experiencing so much traumatizing experiences with them just being as loud as they want to be. It's really sad. I don't know how they gotten away with so much things, but they are mean. They want to hurt people, and they've been hurting people, and they're abusive. They don't want to stop what they're doing. They are angered for how they're being exposed, and they're continuing to hurt people. Even if we stop, they will continue to threaten and abuse of people. So we are literally like almost with no hope because of how much abuse they are committing every single day to young children, to young girls, to adults, to parents, to moms, daughters, dads, brothers, and everyone. They're hurting anybody they can. And I didn't do anything to them. I wish I knew why they didn't like me, but they pick on people. They prefer to help themselves than help others. And they hurt people, threaten people for fun. That's so sad. They threaten them for fun. They kill them for fun. They set people up for fun. They contaminate people's bodies for fun. It's really sad actually, but it just makes me very sad that sometimes people don't even understand the problem with the little weight they've gained. And throughout the months, these people back in the days, they would grow the weight so fast because they didn't know what was going on. And all along it was contamination. It's just very sad because they don't care about people. And it just makes me sad because if they wouldn't have found this in my body, I would have never known about this. A lot of people still don't know about this issue because who would have expected this? No one would have expected anything like this to be in our bodies. So now, has everyone heard? When they think that I turn it off, they'll just say my name or threaten me. If you don't, this and that. Within that short period of time right there that I was silent, towards the end of it, they started saying, Sarah, if you don't, this and that. They threaten people. They make people feel like they are not saying the truth, like they are liars. They make people feel like they're losing their mind. They make people feel like everything is okay, and then next thing you know it, red light, and you're getting crashed into. These people, they abuse of people because they're hacking into people's phones and they are not being caught. They are talking through things that nobody knows of. They put things in people's bodies without nobody seeing them. They're intruding people's houses by using drones to stalk people and time their sleeping so they can be able to intrude the houses when they want to. it's just really sad what they're doing to people, and I really don't know everybody that is stalking me. And I always hear Kim Kardashian talking along with another cyber stalker that I do not know the name of, but this rat male was walking in front of a Circle K in Las Cruces, and he was talking from one end of the street to me while I was driving slow. I drive very slow, so while he was walking towards my vehicle, he started saying something about me snitching, and I didn't know, but he said, "Are you going to? Are you going to?" And he goes away to another side or something, and I'm just like, this guy was the guy that was near my house, and I noticed it was the same type of facial look and the jawline area, pointy jawline. And I noticed it because I was sleeping with my son in this room here when it was a one room, and my brother was knocking on the door, banging on the door, because he seen someone come around my area through my back window, where I found out a couple of years ago in 2021, 2022, that someone had intruded my house. And it was these 2 years because after a couple of months in 2022, I finally put the barriers up, so it was very scary just having to be here by myself with my son. But my brother was knocking on the door, and he said, open the door, there's somebody outside. And he was telling my other brother to go and check the front, because this person that looked like that cyber stalker that was in front of Circle K was outside of my house. Regardless, he's not the only one that had came into my house, and not the only person that was following me around. So I don't know why Tavares the Rat was following me around. I don't know why Kim Kardashian keeps bullying me through this cyber stalking device that she has, but I don't know them, and it's just weird because they don't need to do this. They don't need to be rude to me. They don't need to curse at my little children that don't even know bad words. They don't need to tell me anything. They're not my family members. I don't know them. I don't need to be hearing anything from them. And they continue to talk and cyberbully me every single day.